Anyone.
Anyone.
Anyone can be underrated.
Can be underrated.
As fuck.
As
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Yo, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Underrated AF podcast.
Let's go.
We got a grip of things to talk about this week. It's going to be sick. First, let's start off with quick little updates. So, Mighty, what's going on with Mighty lately? Remember, we're doing these episodes now every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe there's,
Kind of
I don't know, a lot of stuff can happen in 2 weeks now.
Let's put it this
Weird.
way. I've realized my potential, and my potential is I'm a samurai sword. And now it's all about sharpening the blade.
I thought you were going to say you're a samurai, but then you said, I'm a samurai sword.
I'm a samurai sword. I'm the brain of a samurai equipped with the sword, the katana.
Whenever I think of a katana or something, I always think about cutting like rugs. You know, they roll a rug together. And
Oh,
cut
yeah.
it.
That's...
Are they really that sharp?
Yeah. Well, it's about the technique.
Okay, so
that-
you gotta.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's just they got a whole
okay.
process, but yeah, so life's good. Just improving everyday little disciplines to become the top tier person I believe I know I can be, should be, will be.
So for those wondering what's next or what to expect from Unk, from Unk Jose,
But we looking good.
what is it? Is there something we want to talk about, or
It's always something you want to talk about, but
is it brewing, and then we're gonna hit 'em
we'll
with
keep it marinating, you know what I'm saying? So the flavor will be just right.
Sounds good. All right, Bliss. This is a cool season for Bliss
Yeah, it is.
because I was marinating for a while, but now Bliss is out here. I don't know.
Seasoned.
Seasoned. No, I've been boiling
good.
for 7 minutes. Now the noodles are cooked. You know what I'm saying?
The rice is good to go.
Bliss dropped some music, so we'll get into that in our little music section. But yeah, Bliss is active. We got a video shoot
Long time coming,
in
baby.
exactly a week from now. It's gonna be sick. We got stuff coming out. Let me know what you guys thought about the album.
For sure. For me, you being able to release music whenever at a time that we need music right now, and I feel like the energy that you released at the time of the release, so for Valentine's Day, it was just the perfect little thing that we could have for music, especially from Bliss at the moment. So it's a nice little, here you go. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sets the vibes just right, gets you in your feels, gives you perspective.
Well, since
some
we're
bubbles.
talking about it, let's just jump right into the music, and we'll just jump right into Bliss music.
Poo, poo.
So it was cool how it turned out that I dropped the album on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Drake took my day, first of all, because I had that planned for a while.
Drake?
Drake? No, I'm sure bro had like 21 songs. I'm sure they had that planned out for me.
22.
But
It's a 22.
it just turned out that way. The timing turned out in such a way to where the vibe of the album, and it was kind of like, wait, isn't it Valentine's Day on the 14th of February?
Yeah.
It was like, wait, that's kind of like when I'm trying to release an album.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me just. I didn't really have to tweak the songs. The songs were already the songs.
Yeah, right.
I even had that same album cover for a while. So I don't know. It just made sense dropping it on Valentine's Day, the 14th.
The stars aligned for you to be able to drop at the time you did. And I feel like you picked the perfect time for this specific album. Genuinely.
And yeah, what better time to drop kind of an emotional album and to market it that way?
Right.
On a love week, a love weekend, you know what I mean?
A national
kinda
love
cool.
weekend.
Kind of cool. I'm like thinking like, okay, let's say I dropped the album
Cool.
on another date, you know?
March
it
3rd.
It might have been that much more difficult to kind of market a love album. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it kind of just
It prompted itself.
It makes a lot of sense to release a product during a certain season that everybody's in that season.
I'm not going to talk about being hot
You know what I mean?
in the summer. No, I'm going to talk about pools in the summer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
Beaches.
Like you're not gonna release like an album of being all cozy in the winter and gloomy in the middle of summer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of
Like,
weird.
what you doing? Right.
And that's really broad though.
Right.
But like to really narrow it down, releasing an emotional
That was cool.
type of album, and it wasn't like completely a whole love album. Like,
No.
What it really was about, for those that want to know what it really was about,
Dive deep. Let's take a second. Dive deep.
each of the songs, I kind of was in a certain emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the point of the album, the name of the album is called "All This Is For You." Right. So it's kind of cool. So through all my emotions that I have personally, right, she's always there. Therefore, everything I'm doing is for her. Does that make sense?
That's beautiful.
So it was kind of like, I don't know if you went into the album expecting like all these lovey-dovey songs. There's like one or two, that are more aimed at that feeling, like Smile.
Yeah. I feel like the lovey-dovey's there, but it's the emotion that people are searching for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like you really delivered on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's cool.
cohesive.
It's like full circle.
Yeah.
Almost, because like I was saying, like everything I'm doing, working, making music,
Grinding.
she's always there by my side. So at
Every
the end
turn
of the
of the
day,
way. Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got May.
Ah,
Just
damn.
like this. So yeah, I mean that's it. It should be full circle because that's what the whole point of it is.
That's life. That's love. That's bliss.
You know what I mean? So yeah, what motivates me, what my goals are. When you really think about it, it's just all of it is for her. I'm not gonna stand on that hill and die on it.
Well, no. But at the end of the day, you want to promote your life to be in a better way, and at the end of the day, she's gonna be with you every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, just to put in a different perspective, like if I was the king of a kingdom, I'm fighting all these battles, right, and everything, and at the end of the day, his queen is still gonna be there right next to him until they end up getting overrun and killed. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, stay at the castle, protect the women, children. We got this. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, cool album. 8 tracks, intro, outro. Honestly, only 6 tracks, but intro, outro's there for aesthetic purposes.
Vibe setters.
Definitely was excited to release it. Glad it's out.
Oh man,
We got some video content coming for it.
it's so cool to finally see it all on Spotify and everywhere else. Just to be like, all right, search it up, boom, listen, rather than hearing like the demos and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
And we're not gonna pump the brakes on this right now though. You know what I'm saying?
As you shouldn't.
Yeah, this year we got some more stuff. It should be exciting. What do you think?
Brewing. That's gonna be hard.
All right, y'all. So anything else on Bliss?
Congratulations, GOAT. You did it again.
You're the GOAT. Yes, it. I put you on assistant producer credits on the album.
I'm dead.
For real.
I didn't see that. No.
And it doesn't show. I don't know why. Like when I distribute the music, it makes me put the composer, producer, all that stuff, but it doesn't show all of them. I'm not sure why. Like
Maybe
when you go on Spotify and you look up the credits,
like the details.
it just shows me. I'm not sure why, but I was actually hoping it was going to show your name on there because that'd be cool. Just assistant producer, just Jose Sanchez. That'd be cool.
That's me.
Hey guys, I took part in this.
I was here.
No, but like you had a lot of perspective that you gave. Some of the stuff, it's almost like you green lighted certain certain steps of the album in order for me to be confident enough or to move it on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, how does this sound? Does this sound good? This is loud. This is not loud. How's the mix sound and how's the master sound? You know what I mean? So
You know what the best part about that is?
and you took the picture that's on the cover too.
Hey, man. You know what the best part about that is, though, honestly?
What?
Being able to see all that unfold into what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody gets to see the nitty gritty. Like anybody training for any event, nobody's ever going to see them train for the event. Nobody's ever going to see the artist paint the picture. You know what I mean? They're only going to see the picture. So it's just cool to see the between lines of the idea come to fruition and then seeing it for what it is now. For me, that's so cool.
Yeah, maybe
That's so cool.
maybe one of these days or years or whatever.
Do a doc.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Gotta do a
Doing
doc.
some sort of like behind the scenes documentary or something
That would be cool.
Would be something. That would be cool.
We're take all my Snapchat vids.
Oh,
We got all up in the studio. That'd be crazy. No, but yeah, you did it again. So I'm proud of you, fam.
and like to get a feeling of what I'm feeling right now, having released the music. It's just weird. It's like I'm never. So if I can say this in the best way possible without being super negative, I'm just never satisfied. I'm never finished, I guess. Is that a way I could put it? Like,
I don't think the reason why you're not satisfied is because you find so much joy and passion in the creation of it rather than the finish line of it. You enjoy, like in a marathon, you enjoy the running. You don't enjoy the finish. You enjoy the pain and suffering of running through. And
wasn't it? It's like weird to tell people, like, yo, how do you feel now that you released your music?
let's
And
get
it's
on to
like-
the next.
Like, oh, okay, you just heard it for the first time, but I've literally heard this music for
1 billion times.
thousands of hours over the last couple months.
Literally.
And like, I'm already thinking about what I want to do on the next project.
It's pretty hard.
You know what I mean?
Like,
So
I don't think
it's-
a lot of people can really say that. Maybe they can. I don't know. But if you can, get to it. If you can't, get to it.
So yeah, overall general feelings of what I'm feeling is just like, I'm excited for the next one.
Right.
And that's not to put this album
Right,
down.
right.
This I am more than
That's after you and every album, though. That's not just
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So to put that in perspective, it's not like, oh, this album was cool, I'm on to the next one. You're going to keep saying that no matter what album you drop. You know what I mean?
I'm more than pleased to have released it, and now I don't even have to worry about it anymore.
That's pretty cool.
Like it's like a thing I took out of my little toolkit, put it there, let it do its thing, and now watch it grow. And now I gotta focus on the next little kid I got over here. You know,
That's pretty cool.
like this kid's a teenager now. Like he's kind of doing most of his own thing. I gotta
Got a
deal
little
with
baby
the,
now.
the 3-month-old over here that's waking me up in the middle of the night.
Slap.
All right, yeah. So not to steal too much of the spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put the whole there.
I'm dead. So we have 2 other albums that we gotta cover. Mighty said it best right now. He said it was something along the lines of that. Thank you for releasing this music in a time where we need music. He said something like that.
Yeah.
Let's dig into why it was great to get this Bliss album now.
Wait, real quick. Before we get into the other one, I just wanted to hear what you had to say about that Tyga because I didn't get to listen to it.
Okay, so Tyga dropped the album called NSFW, Not Safe for Work. Kind of appropriate for Valentine's week, you know, so similar, maybe more of a mature vibe. He released it on...
Lovey mainstream vibe?
Yeah, but this fool's like OnlyFans ghetto. But anyway, so he released the album on February 7th. 17
Tyga is going crazy.
songs, 46 minutes. This stuff...
17
So
songs?
it wasn't bad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I hear Tyga jump on the mic, I'm like, yo, okay,
Rap City, bitch.
Tyga can rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy can rap.
Yeah.
Like he's always had a cool voice. He's always got lyrics. This guy could go on for days on a mic, probably. Like just talking shit or whatever, whatever.
Whatever he's in, yeah.
Probably not an album that I'm gonna remember. You know what I mean? I'm a big I think it's 187 mixtapes. I'm a big old school Tyga fan, like the Rack City.
Yeah.
Rack City. Rack. Yeah, so I'm a big old school Tyga guy.
Dead.
There was a lot of stuff on here. Like, I don't know what to think about it.
Well, so let's just put it this way. You're glad that you listened to it because you didn't say it was bad, right? So
I'm starting to feel some kind of recurring theme here. Like, why are these albums becoming glad I heard it, moving on to the next? Like, what's up with this?
I think it's the whole entertainment industry in general. I mean, we're getting the same with movies. We're getting the same with music. We're getting the same with just entertainment in general. Like,
Are we just getting old? Or, you know what I'm saying?
we're unk. Like,
Are we just
no,
unks?
but that's what I'm thinking. It's funny because I had that thought.
You know what I mean?
I just talked to Treasure about that like not too long ago. I was like, bro, like I think we're just getting old, so we're not just geeked about every single little thing. Like now we have an expectation because we lived through a certain thing. So now,
Well, like, look, we're exposed to the pod here. Look,
Right.
Nobody's seeing the setup.
Right.
Nobody's seeing the
Nothing.
itinerary. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're seeing the behind the scenes. Like, does that take away? I guess the surprise,
magic?
the magic. Does that take away the magic from some of this stuff?
so having too much knowledge is like a double-sided blade.
Well, yeah, ignorance is bliss, right?
Right.
So us knowing a lot about it, it could potentially be more of just a numbing. I'm used to this feeling. Like, I don't know. What do you think? Is that part of it, or
I just think it's maybe the enthusiasm of other people. I think that we look so much into ourselves to bring ourselves to excellence. You know what I'm saying?
So is this Tyga album hot to the younger crowd?
I should have heard it. My bad. I was
This is
gonna listen to it. I didn't.
this is the problem that we're talking about.
Right.
Is it just kind of like it's all right because we're unk? You know what I mean? Or is this an album that the younger cats right now are like?
This is hard.
talking
This is
over?
Tyga. Or this can be like, no, this oh.
Or I'm dead. They're probably like, "Yo, Tyga whack." You're like, "No, we're into the Kid
We're
Leroy."
like, no, we like. Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
like Kid Leroy got some. But
I like one song by Kid Leroy, but
I think he's got like 2 or 3 where I'm like, all right. But there was that one that we both agree on.
I'm a Kid Leroy individual song fan. I'm not really a Kid Leroy fan. I'll put it that way.
He needs to get older for me to be like, I like old dude.
So are we unk?
Yes. Yeah. At the end of the day, yes.
All right, we're unk. Just take that with whatever grains of
I think you're
salt
damn near-
and pepper you're eating your food with.
You're damn near 3 kids deep.
What?
What? Something you're not telling me? No.
So, Tyga Not Safe for Work album.
Right.
My opinion, more of a mixtape.
That's pretty cool though.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's cool to have
Tyga
variety.
has always been consistent with putting out content. This fool will drop an album, and then in 2 months, it's like that album never happened, and he's dropping something else.
It's got 30 tracks.
This guy has always been
a workhorse.
yeah,
Which
a
is good.
hustler,
Yeah.
a worker, grinding. He's an artist. He does what he's supposed to do.
We need people like that.
You know, I'm sure at some point the label is gonna give him a big old budget for. They're like, hey, we need something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of just like these little, we need a
Right.
splash.
Right.
So, I don't know, or maybe he's just kind of out of season. Then maybe this is him just trickling in the extra.
Well, there's just
stuff he
different
needs.
eras of music, and there's who really fits in this new era of music.
Bliss.
That was hard. I go cap. That was hard.
If I was gonna take, because you didn't listen to the album,
right.
but if I mean, I would say it's like you're not missing much.
Okay.
So if you want to check it out, maybe peek through it.
I'll skim through it
Probably
because
on you, you know. But
I feel like after all the time that I dedicated to listen to Tyga music back in the day, I feel like he for sure earned my ear right now.
But it does. His voice is cool and his rap is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just as an album, it just really wasn't.
So I'll go in. So the perspective that I'm gonna take when I go in is I'm just gonna. None of it's connected. I'm just each individual song. I'm just gonna boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, think about like his label was like, hey, we need a project out in the next 2 months. You know,
Get to
and
work.
he's like, oh, no problem. Like I got stuff in the vault. You know, I'll put some new shit on there. Whatever. Like, you know, what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool. It's just it's a little thing.
Well, that's
You
cool
know?
though. Yeah.
So that's it for
So
Tyga.
you didn't give it a rating.
I mentioned it before. I'm glad I heard it. Moving on, if I ever say that, we're looking at like a 7. So
Anywhere between 6 to 7 range.
It's like it was decent. It wasn't bad. That's the thing that I'm trying to say.
Right,
it was
right.
a good playthrough, and that's it.
So if it's a good playthrough, it's not bad. It's 7 above. If it's a bad album, unable to play through, 5 and below.
Yeah.
5.9 below.
So that's it for Tyga. On the last album we got to talk about, we're going to go over this Drake and Party Next Door album. All right, album's called Some Sexy Songs for You. Came out on the same day yours truly dropped the album. 21 songs for a
22.
total listening time of 22?
Yeah, I thought it was 22.
I looked at it last night. It was 21.
My bad.
I might be
21,
22. I don't know. 21, 22 songs for an hour and 13 minutes of total listening time.
Wait, let me just say this one thing. What are y'all doing? Bro.
All right, so not gonna lie to you. When I got to track, and it was hard to finish all the way through this
It
album.
took me the entire day. Just to let you know. It took me that entire day to finally...
You know when you're at work and you look at the time and you're like, so you get off at, let's just say you get off at 5, you look at the time and it's 1:30 and you're like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
9.
That was the feeling I had when I was listening to this album. I got to track 12 and I was like, how much more music is on this album? Because I'm like lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It wasn't, for me, you said it before, the perspective going in, I want you to tell them that, but for me, it just really didn't feel... You said it best, honestly. You just said it's just some sexy songs. Like, I only found...
I tried to give Mighty some perspective before he went in and listened to it.
But remember, I only
it
listened to it after.
It didn't even help.
Dude.
But what I told Mighty was, I said, just when you listen to this album, just remember that all it is literally the title. It's just a few sexy songs.
And it's funny because there's only 4 songs on that mug I like.
And this album, in my opinion, is a playlist full of music that Party...
You said OVO Radio, right?
Yeah, that Party and Drake had made, but just never put out. So, for example, they were in the studio. They came up with... Give Me a Hug and Preach. And then they decided to release Preach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Preach. You know what I'm saying? This is all the music that never came out that just came out. And somebody forgot to order the music in such a way that it at least sounds cohesive.
Makes sense.
So basically, it's chaos.
It is a little chaos. I'm not going to say the album is trash.
It's not trash.
It's not trash, but...
There's good songs in there. There's too many songs in there, first of all.
There's two. I think this album needed like 12. I think they needed a bare minimum cut.
Too
like
many
10.
songs. Track order was horrendous.
Yeah.
And the third little point I want to make is that I'm a Drake fan. I have been a Drake fan.
But a
and
big Party fan.
I'm a big Party fan too, yeah. Drake and Party. And just to like put the little like cherry on top, I don't care about Kendrick. I was excited for this album.
I love them all. But at the end of the day, they fell so short. It was almost... The first thing I thought about after listening to this album was, dang, Kendrick really beat y'all like that? To a point to where, like, you brought Party on, and you knew Party wasn't on that same vibe like he was back when. And that's the
Party
reason...
is washed. If Drake wasn't on this Party album, it would have been even worse. Let's just put it that way.
What happened to Party? Let's go into that. What happened to Party, bro? Because Party used to be him. Party
I think
used
he
to
just
be...
got fat. I'm just kidding. No, he did get fat. But
I got it.
But not only did he get fat, he lost his drive to like create.
I think he
like
lost
what
that
happened to
perspective
like
of
I told you
creativity.
earlier. Break from Toronto. We just had to hit it in the sunshine.
Break from Toronto is the greatest party song of all time.
Recognize.
Recognize to me.
Recognize what? I'm
So it
talking
goes
about
Break from
you,
Toronto,
you.
Recognize. I can't even think of shit right now.
It's
because
okay.
This album just. But at the end of the day, bro, like
How do you go-
I was expected. Like rap beef aside, all this random beef, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was expecting some really good music, and I was like really expecting some Drake to prompt Party Next Door for them to give us something that we could listen to for years to come, a long time to come, right? And I was super hype about it, and I was like, all right, but I'm not gonna get overly hype about it because I know how Party is right now. So I was like, if he can bring him out, dope. If he can't, it's expected.
So did we just get a confirmation that the weekend is not the same weekend as before, and he's not coming back anytime soon?
Correct.
So Party, you need to go away for a while. And
Dude,
really
you need to
find
go on a
yourself.
retreat. You need to go on a retreat, take some shrooms.
I
and
hate being so negative, but like
It's not negative. It's just like, bro.
we're just being overly critical because we're big fans.
right.
I want the amazing stuff that I know Party could put out that he's not putting out right now.
We just know that they have every artist on here that we talk about has so much potential, and that's the reason why we talk about them, whether they do good or do bad. And now we're gonna talk about the results of them doing bad or good. You know what I'm saying? So we hold them up to so high, and then when they don't deliver, it's like, bro, like it's like DeAndre Hopkins dropping a ball wide open. That's what that's like.
Okay. So Party, whatever. Drake, what is up? Did Drake hit or did Drake miss on this?
All right, so to be honest, there's only 4 songs on this album that I liked, and I'm gonna name them right now.
Okay.
The 4 songs were, me personally, I think Brian Steele was the best song.
Okay.
On
And
that
that
album.
was the only Drake song, I think.
Yeah, that was the only Drake song.
Okay.
Give Me a Hug, that was the only Drake song too. He talks about like the beef a little bit, whatever. But at the end of the day,
It's like a line or two.
yeah,
out of a
it's
4-minute
literally
song,
it's a
probably.
quick little.
Like,
But at the end of the day, for me, like it just took too. Like that was the whole. All right, my bad. All right, so Give Me a Hug. Die Trying. It has Party Next Door, Drake, and Yebba. And then Somebody Loves Me. Party Next Door and Drake. Those 4.
so if Drake wasn't on this album at all,
well, then it would have just ended up like the last Party album.
that's crazy. He had some good marketing on that too with the girl with the
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
and all
he
that.
did.
That was a disappointment. Okay, so Drake being on this album, did he save the album? Or did he just contribute to it being...
No, I think they
You know what I'm
genuinely
saying?
wanted to go into it together. And they were like, yo, your party, I'm Drake. There's a bunch of stuff going on. We just need to drop a bunch of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Bro, they dropped a bunch of stuff.
a bunch of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro. I'm not a hater of Kendrick. I'm not a hater of Drake. I'm not a hater of Party. I'm not a hater of whatever. But at
I'm
the end of the
low-key a
day,
hater of Kendrick, but that's just...
you just don't like. Excuse me.
I
You
don't
just
like
the
his
dick
voice.
riders. Oh,
I don't like his voice.
I kind of do. I used to imitate that.
I
when
think
was
he's
younger.
a horrible performer, and
Sure guy.
his fans are like Cowboys fans. That's it.
They ride hard for the wrong reason.
No, they're just like out here saying that he's the best, the GOAT. That's cool. Like, what are you basing that off of? The fact that he won a Pulitzer Prize or whatever the hell it is? Like, you know what I'm saying? He got Grammys. That's cool. You're comparing him to Drake. Drake hasn't entered his music into the Grammy
The
organization
category, yeah.
for years. So what does that mean? How are you comparing that to somebody that doesn't even participate in that award ceremony? Like,
In a
you know what
funny
I'm
way,
saying?
I kind of feel like comparing Drake and Kendrick is kind of like comparing football and soccer. I just don't really feel like they're really comparable. Only because like Kendrick is in
They're
such his
not
own
the
lane.
same artist
They're not the
at
same.
all.
Drake is gonna release a bunch of different stuff, and that's the whole thing about Drake is that he has longevity. Kendrick has longevity too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't, but Drake has longevity wise with multiple albums and almost every song in that album. They helped create the generation that we are today. If I'm being real, Kendrick did too. He did have a huge step in that, but I don't think he had as big as a footprint as Drake did in the music industry. So to title anybody great right now as the GOAT right now, I just think everybody's not at that level to be the great. Nobody's Kobe right now. Nobody's Michael Jordan right now. You know what I'm saying?
The last person that released something and didn't get part of the buzz and part of the fame from having a beef or from other crap, let me tell you, J. Cole has been one of the only dudes to ever release an album with zero features and still have that album go insane.
Remember at the end he was like, I hope this go triple quadruple platinum. Like,
so we want to talk about GOATs.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
we need to talk about J. Cole, because even though he might have exited himself from this beef, that he seems to be overlooked.
He's the common denominator between
everybody. He seems to be overlooked. If J. Cole went into a rap battle with Drake or Kendrick, this fool's winning both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I agree.
The real king here, the real GOAT here, is hiding because he doesn't want to make his friends look bad.
You know what's funny? They said the proper kings never want to be the kings, right? So like they're like, hey, your ascendancy to being a king. I don't want that. I run away from it. But then they eventually, like in the movies, they eventually become like the king, the leader that the people need, whatever. J. Cole is J. Cole's Kobe. That's what I'm gonna say right now. J. Cole's Kobe.
So y'all can argue about,
and he can shoot,
this short little guy being the GOAT. Y'all could argue about
not shoot.
This.
Maybe he could shoot.
This Drake guy that all his stuff goes viral. It doesn't matter what it is.
Well, to me, at the end of the day, Kendrick has money, Drake has money. Whoever has the most amount of money and the most amount of like leeway to put that money into their music, they're the ones that's going to be at the top of the mountain. Money pays for everything at this time of time.
I think it was Russ that said it. I'm probably wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Russ. He said that all these songs that go number one, they have $400,000 in marketing behind them.
That's a lot of money.
And he said, if that song didn't have that money pushing it, would it have been a number one song?
Right. That for me, that's why I don't look at charts. Everything's counted by statistics nowadays, because that's like kind of the best way you can.
Mm-hmm.
But they know how to like mess up the statistics so much nowadays. So it's just.
I could speak to that point I just made, because the one song I spent the most money on for a video, for marketing, that song is my highest charting song on everything. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud.
Speak on them.
So, yeah, you still got to pick what sounds good. Right. You can't just pick a stupid song and spend money on it. No, pick a good song, spend money on that song. So I could speak to that. You know what I'm saying? It does help when everybody knows that you released something. Because then they're, what's that?
It brings attention to the crowd. So the more money you have to be able to drip into that, the more result you're going to get. So at the end of the day, Drake, Kendrick, Party Next Door, J. Cole, all these artists have, I kind of want to say step down, because it's almost like they're only relying on each other's hype to get their own hype up. I'm going to take, I don't know why I said J. Cole, but I would take Party out too. So it's just Drake, Kendrick, whatever. But at the end of the day, we need good music, and these artists are professionals, and we need generational music on a consistent basis. And they're not doing it.
It's just hard to do that, because the real, authentic, good music comes from people that want it.
Yeah. Instead of
people that are trying to get there.
Everybody's Kanye right now. Everybody just wants that publicity. Everybody just wants the eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants that. J. Cole don't want that, though.
Yeah, J. Cole's somewhere else in his mind. That's why he continues to make great music.
Yeah.
Because he loves stable. The process. He loves the music.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about making all this money off the music. He's like
I never met him in real life though, but he seems like a cool dude.
this is why I like artists like J. Cole. I like artists like Logic. Like
They're just real.
I feel like they make music
For the people.
for a different reason. Yeah,
For the people.
you know what I mean.
I feel like if you do it for the people, you're always gonna come to the conclusion of the right reasons. If you do it for yourself and you're just trying to upgrade yourself in a way that's just the limelight, the spotlight, you can only go so far in the marathon before you fall. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like Kendrick and Drake both fell. And I'm not even just like, oh, J. Cole. No, but I'm just genuinely because they both relied on each other so much.
They can't release anything now without it having the baggage of thinking
the
about
beef.
the other person.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
yeah.
so before we get too far away from the album, what's your official review or rating of the album?
All right, so the official review for
Give me a hot take.
this whole PND Drake, like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm rating this a 5. Like, I
have no argument with that.
I'm not re-listening to this album. The only 4 songs I'm listening to is that, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I kind of wasted my time listening to it, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to it now because like, no, I want y'all to go listen to it just so y'all can have the perspective.
Everybody should listen to it.
Everybody should listen to every
and get
project.
their own opinion,
Right?
on it, because
right.
you know we're just two guys on a podcast.
That's true.
Right.
But I whoop your ass. No, I'm just no, but at the end of the day, it's just like, we're really expecting good quality content a lot of the time
From a goat.
because what we do is good quality content all the time. Maybe not all the time.
No, we do what we can. Like that camera that's recording this, I don't have 5 cameras sitting around because that costs money.
Right.
But for what I can afford,
Right.
we put out the best stuff we can do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with what we got, with the tool set that we got, we still put out the best stuff we can.
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
So why can't they?
Unlimited budget.
Do you think that, I don't want to get too much into that, but at the end of the day, we just expect greatness. We expect excellence from people that are used to doing great and excellent things. Y'all set the bar too selves for your own selves. Y'all set the bar too high for your own selves. My bad. Y'all set the bar too selves for your own.
They set the bar too high
For them own selves.
For themselves.
And then so now it's just they turn their whole legacy into what this is now. So hopefully Kendrick can release some stuff disregarding everything and just be Kendrick. Drake can release some stuff disregarding Kendrick and just be himself. Can we just have music be back to music now? Like,
yeah, real quick, my take on the album, I'm going to agree with him on the 5. This album's getting a 5 from the Underrated AF podcast.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Now let's extend conversation real quick. If Kendrick releases another album.
Good Kid, Mad City 2?
And he has a diss track in there. What is this album? Like,
Okay,
what are we thinking about this album? And do you think that money business wise, they need to continue this beef? Like, so give me your take on that.
Okay, so my whole take on the whole continuing the beef, at the end of the day, Kendrick already added his period to his statement of the beef. And he said game over.
Game over.
For the whole Super Bowl thing, which is cool. So now he finally reached the Super Bowl. He got there. He did everything. So now if he continues this, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting so much energy and effort into... Why are you letting another man make your career? You're only as good as this beef is right now. Technically, you wouldn't have any of the songs, any of the Grammys, any of the charting top 10, top 5, top 1. You wouldn't have none of that without Drake right now. So why are you giving all the credit to Drake?
The song you made these Grammys from?
What
was the song about?
Was about Drake. It's like... Nobody wants to hear y'all complain and moan and bitch about each other. I get it. I mean, there's a couple boppers in there, whatever. There could little club bop, whatever. But at the end of the day, bro, like, you're better than the beef. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump into this. I was really expecting that Super Bowl performance to be more of a show rather than it was a dig at Drake. Because then now that whole Super Bowl performance for you was just... You're just another guy going at Drake again. The beef just got carried on again. Like, why let Drake make you, bro? And why let Kendrick mess up you?
Isn't
Drake?
that what they call a sellout?
Is that what everybody is now? Just nowadays,
well,
just
a sellout is basically the path you take that's the most money generating, regardless of your fan base. You know what I'm
hit
saying?
that right on the nail. Then that's what that is.
Right?
Yeah.
He sold. I get the whole big as a Super Bowl. Like, I get it, but you didn't need to remind anybody. You're there. We know it. You know what I'm saying? We're smart. We're a lot smarter than you think.
I mean, I get the whole symbolism stuff. I get all the performance
the
wise.
whole America and the whole like DEI, like having an only black like dancing and all that. Yeah, beautiful.
Even
amazing. Like,
there's a million different things you can pick and prod and be like, oh, this symbolized that and that.
Yeah, like the whole stage was kind of like a street, and it was like a gaming controller. Like, awesome.
No, that was really cool to see at first. I was like, oh, like this is dope. So I don't think he's gonna get. And then he didn't play none of like the old classics, the good ones, the hit. I was really expecting him to be. But I get it though.
He played
sold out.
the GNX songs.
Yeah.
His latest album. Wow. He played the diss tracks, and he even played the crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have gave Kendrick a little more props if he would have brought out Lefty Gunplay. I know that fool's a big liability especially for the Super Bowl. You don't want crazy.
I'm not putting that dumb ass in.
But if he would have brought that fool out, even for a second, just to sing that one little part, and then we need staff to take his ass off the stage.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Like, bro, come on, that would have been hard. If you really want to do something for the culture, remember why you even put him on that song in the first place. Because that fool's from LA. He was a nobody, and he's a fool, and everybody thinks he's a foolio. Why did you put him on the song? Because he's got some talent, right? He represents the Hispanic community in a weird way, but it would in this land of political adversity, or everybody's all into this immigration stuff. It would have been cool to see a Mexican dude up there.
That would have been really cool.
Regardless of if he's an idiot or not, because he's ghetto. He's what I mean.
Mr. Morales.
He's not a very good representation of the overall Hispanic community, because you see that fool on stage, it's like,
what's going on?
Deport all of those fools. You know what I mean? But just to have a Mexican dude represent us there in the Super Bowl would have been kind of cool. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with that.
Even
with that
if
perspective, that's hard.
Just for that one 4-liner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then take that fool off the stage.
I will give... Okay, so at the end of the day, if we're putting it into the beef, if they're putting it into the beef, Drake put it in, Kendrick put it in. At the end of the day, Kendrick won the beef. Whatever.
We could say he won the beef. That's fine.
No.
I thought I remember Drake saying that after Family Matters, he was done with it. But
he's not.
I guess he's not.
That's what I'm trying to say. So if Kendrick continues this after, it's just like, bro, what are you doing? So at the end of the day, I will say it was kind of hard seeing Serena Williams up there crib
yo, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty hard.
I don't even care about the relation, the ex, and all. I don't even care about all that.
I was hard. I'm sorry.
Walking up there was pretty hard.
That was hard. Yeah.
That probably
That's hard.
That probably really made the Super Bowl. Even it was 2 seconds.
That's all you needed. Yeah.
But all you needed was just Serena Williams crib walking, and
SZA was up there.
That brought if the Super Bowl was like a 7, that brought it up to like an 8. You know what I'm saying?
We all know that Super Bowl was a motherfucking hundo. Just keep it a buck.
Halftime?
I'm talking about the Super Bowl. Fuck the halftime.
Oh. Okay, let me give my Eagles are hard.
He said, yeah.
My Super Bowl rating for the halftime show, performance wise, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Yeah, performance wise, yeah.
He's not a very good performer, and I don't care about how he sounds live.
Well, just the Super Bowl, it should be extravagant. It should be crazy. It should be this, that.
Am I an asshole for saying that his voice sucks? No. I am not into Kendrick's voice at all.
No, there's a lot of artists where I can't listen to their voice.
He needs to go back to Swimming Pool's voice. I don't know what kind of voice he's got right now, but Swimming Pool's voice or Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I'm saying?
That was hard. Maybe it's just the vibe that he was bringing. But yeah. So I would rate it. Let's say the halftime show. It has replayability because obviously you want to depict apart all the symbolistic theories and whatnot.
He got that across. That
he did get
people
that
kind of
across.
would want to dig into it a little bit more. And
He
see
did
what
play
it
some
was.
bangers, and then the way that he delivered the last song of the event, I can't lie, was pretty hard.
What, the Not Like Us?
Yeah, the way that he presented
Is he
it.
really gonna do it?
Yeah, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. It was just cool hearing that, because like, I'm only gonna say this was cool from the Eagles' perspective, right? And then so now imagine from the Chiefs' perspective, you're sitting in the halftime locker room hearing "Not Like Us" and you're down 24-0 in the halftime. I was like, yo, that's hard. But my official rating, I probably have to rate that about 7.5.
I'm giving the halftime show a 7.5.
Yeah.
If SZA wasn't in it, what was the rating?
Probably like 7.
So SZA only.
So take out
bumped it a
take
little
out
bit?
SZA, take out Serena
Yeah,
Williams.
SZA was looking good.
Yo, SZA always was.
SZA's hard.
Her voice is amazing. Yeah, she's just a dope artist.
That song she did with Drake on was it For All the Dogs or something? I don't know. That
So
song
many
she did with
songs now,
Drake
shit.
though. Remember? Oh, that song was hard.
We had to listen to that. But yeah, so my official rating for the halftime Super Bowl performance. But I was also in such a good, gleeful mood anyway. So I have
Eagles
to say
fan. Eagles are up 34-0.
24-0 halftime.
24-0
fired
going
up.
into the halftime.
Or something.
And then Kendrick comes out. So Mighty's on his high horse. You know what I'm saying? Mighty's feeling good. So Mighty's like, all right, well, what's on Kendrick?
We're in the timeline. But yeah, so at the end of the day,
7.5 rating for the halftime show. Over here, Bliss is going to give it a 6.5.
6.5. Okay.
I don't see the replayability with it. I seen what I had to see, and that was it.
I feel that.
And also, I'm not a big fan of Kendrick anymore.
Like I went to rewatch The Weeknd's halftime performance multiple times. I went to rewatch.
Didn't we see it together?
Yeah.
At least one time? At least one time.
Yeah, at least one time. But I was saying I also...
That was a good performance.
What I'm trying to say is like I went back to watch it. I went back to genuinely just like I want to see it. Like, you know what I mean? I went back to watch the Rihanna halftime one too. And I thought that was dope. Like she was up there pregnant. I was like, that's hard. But this one I might watch one more time because I'm gonna watch, like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't feel a need to watch it, but I
might just
get
do
what
it
you're saying.
one more time just so maybe there was something I missed. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know. I might do it one more time, two more times, potentially. But I'm definitely not going to be in a random mood to be like, damn, I want to watch that Kendrick halftime performance. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it wasn't a performance. It was just a dig at Drake. So yeah. In other news, belt to ass.
Huh?
Let's go Birds.
Let's go Birds. Dynasty. Okay, before we exit that whole topic, though, you didn't give me... Oh, yeah, we kind of dug into that Kendrick stuff. But, okay, so Kendrick, the last thing he said, right, was the game over. Right? That was subliminally from him. Right? And then, okay, Drake releases his album, and this song called Give Me a Hug, it's like a few one-liner disses here and there. You know what I'm saying? So, what's this thing about Drake saying, they said just stop with the beef, and he said, I can't.
I'm vegetarian.
He said, I can't. And then there's another one that he said, we're not like them, baby, and they're not like us, or something. You know, there's a couple lines in there that you could dig at. But what is this beef? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think this was supposed to be a little something, but it both got out of hand for both of them, and they just both had to ride the wave. To be completely honest.
This is me thinking highly about people, which I shouldn't probably, but...
You think Drake prompted him to do it?
What if Drake just says a few little stupid things
to keep him...
just getting Kendrick to want to keep responding, and you know what I'm saying?
That'd be kind of cool.
What if Drake put these little one-liners in here just to keep it like going? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it just is what
Kendrick,
it
don't
is.
bite the bait, please. I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah, I would if Kendrick released an album and then
Didn't say a damn thing.
didn't say a damn thing, I would have so
Thank
much
you,
respect.
Jesus.
I'd be like, we're finally past it. Oh my god. If you go in there and you have like 5 songs and you're just like, I'm gonna check out a little bit.
Bad Kid, Happy City.
Angry Kid, No City.
That was a good one. I know that was
Oh
good.
god.
Anything else on this Drake and Kendrick crap?
Regardless, I love you both. Make some better music. Love you. On to the next.
I'm a Drake fan. Disappointed on this Drake Party Next Door album. Maybe during the summer, he says it's going to be a good summer. So maybe Drake will release something, a classic. I don't know.
He's more of a summer boy.
Yeah. Oh, Summer 16.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, we're old.
I was at 16, right when you damn.
So we kind of transitioned from the music into our news section because the music was the Drake Party Next Door.
right.
The news section, one of the topics was this kind of beef situation, right? Let's talk about Kadarius Toney real quick. You want to go ahead and take the lead on this one or no?
So, apparently, from the police report, while his girlfriend ended up calling the police on Kadarius Toney, he was strangling her out. I don't know to the extent of how aggressive it was or even what the mood was, but at the end of the day, the police were called for an incident of a physical altercation between Kadarius Toney and his girlfriend. And on the police report, it read that she had
Bruising on her neck.
Which it could even be like we don't know the extent. I haven't seen pictures, so I'm not just gonna be like
Marks.
At the end of the
Marks
day,
on her neck.
You marked your girlfriend in a physical way. For me, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I
And
don't
then
care.
apparently there was like the eyes, kind of, you know, the blood vessels when they pop around your
Yeah.
eyes, kind of.
So it said the police report said that he choked her hard enough to perforated eyes. I think that's the
If you've ever
term they use, the
thrown
word they
up
use.
and it was just
yeah.
like a like really
Yeah.
bad, you'll get like little spots everywhere. I think that's what
Right,
it is, right?
right.
Like,
So it's a lot of pressure to your face, to your eyes. So if you're getting choked out and feeling that amount of pressure, you're doing it pretty fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
he looks like a serial killer in his pictures.
Yeah, he does. But I will say maybe it's because I ain't gonna say that. But I was gonna make an Eagles joke.
CTE.
I was gonna make an Eagles joke, but I'm not gonna do that. Somebody needs to put the belt to his ass at the end of the day. Y'all know how I feel about that. You don't touch women like that.
Why
Like,
is this such a big deal? Who is Kadarius Toney?
Oh, my bad. So Kadarius Toney is a Chiefs wide receiver.
Did he play in the Super Bowl? Just like literally a week ago.
Yeah, and he didn't do anything. He literally didn't.
That's
do
why
anything
it's such a
the entire
big
game.
deal because he's a player on the Chiefs.
Right.
Right.
And,
And I mean, other than him being an idiot, is he good? Like, has he had a career? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he won 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs.
okay.
I'm not saying he used to be like top tier, and then he just kept getting traded around. But I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, you put your hands on a woman, bro, you immediately lose my respect. Like, I'm sorry.
So, do these women ever deserve that? Just kidding.
I'm not in that respect. Because, like, if some girl's coming at me with a knife, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's life and death.
That's different. That's different. So, but if she's just yelling at me and we're just having there's no need for me to physically harm you in any type, way, shape, or form. I'm not going to sit there, emotionally abuse you, verbally abuse you, all that. No, it's just, we're going to try to talk it out for the most part.
Usually men are bigger, stronger.
For the most part, yeah.
In the non-sexist ways, we're just more capable, and for us to use that
overpowering force
Yeah.
on them in such a way to belittle them. It just, so I don't know the situation that happened previously to arise to what it did, but at the end of the day, the result is the result. It doesn't matter.
Is there
let's
ever
just
a
say,
scenario where it was okay that he did what he did? Well, if there was a knife involved,
yeah,
like
I was
you
like,
said, right?
yeah, I was like, if his life
If he was
in
about to
danger,
get stabbed, that's another story.
if she had a gun,
Yo, if he choked her out while she was calling the cops,
they got it on audio.
Yeah.
They got it on audio.
He must have been off the hinges or something. You know what I mean?
I bet people were hitting him up about the game, and he was just so upset. And and they got into an argument. And she probably said some things about the thing, and then they just blew up. And then
Bro,
he
what
just
if she
did
was
what he
like,
did.
"You ain't."
Weak. That'd be crazy. No, but at the end of the day, yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude, that sucks.
yeah. Like, even if it's just a little bit, like I don't care.
Do
like me
dumb
personally.
shit, pay dumb prices.
Boom.
Right. I mean, he's going away, right?
Shitty games get you. No. Hell no.
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 What do you mean?
He's probably just gonna get a quick little aggravated assault. He's
No,
gonna pay
it's-
out the fees and all that.
Are they gonna keep him on the Chiefs?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Oh hell no! They need to get rid of his ass.
I don't know his contract. But that happens in the league all the time. That literally happens in the league all the time, and it gets swept under the rug.
Who's that guy? Jonathan Major? Is that his name?
Yeah.
If Disney is gonna get rid of that fool for allegations, they better get rid of this guy for actually doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but this type of stuff legitimately happens in the league all the time that gets swept under the rug. So for this to not be swept under the rug and then to get mainstream,
how does it make the Chiefs look?
Right,
Like they
if
decide
they keep-
not to get rid of him.
that's not good. I'm sorry, that's not good. That's like everybody cut
You know
out
what I mean?
James Franco. You know what I'm saying? Like,
To be honest, like, you know what the Chiefs could do to, like, if they didn't know what to do?
huh.
Just have him so that he's a free agent. So if somebody wants to come pick him up, they can pick him up. If not, he's here. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Just put him up for free agency. That's it.
Trading him. I'm getting my money.
gotta get rid of him?
Yeah, I'm trading him. Me personally, I'm trading him. Like, you got to act right if you're gonna be on my team. Yeah, I mean, you can't be doing that crap.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking for every player though, and I like if there was players on the Eagles that were doing that crap, get him off.
Yeah, we don't need that energy. On
You know what I'm
on the
saying?
team.
Like, it wouldn't matter to me. But yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a man, bro, like just don't do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a woman experiencing those things, reach out for help. Call somebody.
a lot of
talk
weird
to somebody,
stuff going on with the Chiefs right now. Like, didn't Patrick Mahomes' grandfather die like a couple days after the Super Bowl?
I didn't know about that.
You didn't see that?
No, but I did see the video of his daddy saying, "Go Eagles."
Some people got shot at the Eagles parade. Like,
Oh yeah, 2 people did get shot at the Eagles parade, and then that one kid fell off the pole. Remember, before the Super Bowl. So,
did you show me that video?
dude,
That sucks. He fell like 40 feet right on his head. That was crazy.
Dunzo. There are a lot of things going on in the world.
I think
So
the Chiefs dynasty's over.
I'm calling it right now. We're doing our own 3-peat. Chiefs dynasty's over. Kadarius Toney, he's going to jail for life. I'm just
Yo,
playing.
okay. So on this topic of sports news, right? Kadarius Toney, I'm over talking about this fool. He needs
Who?
they need to get rid of Kadarius Toney.
Who?
Let's talk about this real quick. Dak Prescott. Let's have a conversation real quick
All right.
about Dak Prescott.
So there's actually a video. I don't know if a lot of you have seen it. I don't know if you haven't. Whatever. But at the end of
So
the day,
there's actually a video.
there's actually a
It
video.
exists.
It exists. It's real. He's sitting on the sideline, and he's all like, "We effing suck. We effing suck."
Oh my
And then
god.
so now it's funny to say that because now he's all like, "We're so close to the Eagles. We could be in the Super Bowl." Is that just the delusional Cowboys fan talking?
Let's analyze this. So he said they've gotten the better of the Eagles and the Commanders.
That was years ago.
Remind me real quick, when did the Cowboys ever have the better of those teams?
Well, you know what's really funny? The Cowboys are only great when they're living in the past. You passed your prime. You're done. You got what you got.
Could you help me though? Help me real quick. When was it? Was it last year? The year before? I don't know. When was it that the Cowboys ever had the upper hand on the good Eagles and the good Commanders? Because he said that. Dak Prescott said they had the better of
last season. I will say was a really trash season for us. The season before, I think they beat us once.
Because that's what Dak Prescott.
They never had. I don't think either team has had the better of either team going forward until last season. Right. So last season we blew them out and we won the Super Bowl, both games. We blew out the Commanders.
I get what Dak was saying. He wasn't talking about all the season or all the teams. He was just referring to the fact that he said he's had the better of the Eagles and the Commanders whenever they did play, which is maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I don't know. How many times do they play a year?
Twice a year.
Twice a year?
In the same division.
So that's what he's talking about. I'm going to give him a little bit of grace for that. But I don't remember the Cowboys ever having the better of any of these teams.
I think if the Cowboys were to play the Eagles or the Commanders only once a year, I don't think they're walking out of that confidently with another win. But the fact that they get to play them twice a year, you know what I mean? They're used to certain things. They're used to certain play calls. They're used to certain things. And, eventually, obviously, it's going to be 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Dak says that the Cowboys are really close to the Eagles, who just won the Super Bowl. What's your take? Hot take. Give me a hot take real quick.
Cap space is your enemy, my friend. Y'all trash. Yeah.
And Jerry Jones looks like old white Yoda.
Yeah, he does. That's hard. No, I'm definitely not a hater of football, 100%. But I get what you got to say to still be relevant in the media. So obviously he's gonna say it's him being relevant in the media. It's just another Cowboys.
It puts into question. Dak Prescott's been in the league how long, and he's won 2 playoff games. What's his name? Daniels. Jaden Daniels has been in the league for 1 year and has already won 2 playoff games.
And he got to an NFC championship. I have so much respect for the Commanders right now. I'm not even going to lie.
I'm excited to see them next year.
Me as an Eagles fan, I have so much respect for the Commanders right now. To be completely honest, they're doing amazing. And Jaden Daniels, dude, he's a stud. He's a killer. That team.
It doesn't take a lot to get the grace of somebody. You know what I mean? You got to be a real prick for people not to like you. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking about the Commanders, which is a enemy team in the division. In your division. You know what you're still talking good about them.
Remember Louisville going over for the for the Tush Bush for 4 times? They were like, yo, if you do that one more time, we're going to score.
Yeah. Yeah. They said we will automatically grant the other team a touchdown or whatever.
So, yeah, he's like, if this actions keep going on, but yeah. No, but at the end of the day, they have Bobby Wagner, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. Their defense is pretty tough. Their offense is loaded, and they have...
McLaurin's pretty hard.
It kind of bothers me how much money they have in cap space right now because they can just go out and just buy.
That just bothers you in a competitive way.
In a competitive way, because they can just go out and get 5 studs, and then their team is top tier.
See, if the Cowboys weren't such idiots, maybe we can talk good about them.
Oh, and another news, the Giants I think they're the most expensive team, right? And they actually just sold off 10% of their stake.
What does that mean? To who?
Huh?
Or why?
I don't know why, but I think they're just going to try to beef up the roster or potentially deal with the cap hit that they just took from the whole Daniel Jones thing, because I think they have $43 million in dead money.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Dead money, just woo. But
woo.
Yeah, NFC East is dope, man. I love my football. I love my division. I love my team. There's so much heart and spirit. Did you not see the parade Philadelphia had?
I saw it. You showed me.
Yeah, I did. But Yo, that was crazy. Imagine being there at that.
Yo, speaking of not seeing, let's talk about Kanye real quick.
Whoa.
That was great. Good job.
That was great.
You did that. Let's talk real quick. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I am more curious about talking potential outcomes of what this idiot's doing. So Drake paid for a $7 million ad to go on to the Super Bowl. And it's just him. I don't know what he's doing. I forgot. But he's just here looking at the phone telling everybody to go to YEZZY.com or something. Right? Mm. Whatever. He's done that before. Apparently on YEZZY.com, there was a lot of like athletic apparel. That's why they said that they even approved the ad. Right. So anyway, ad comes out. Next thing you know, Kanye wipes his whole site of all his products.
Kills it.
And there's only one product available, and it's a shirt with a...
It's a black shirt with a white swastika.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he does that, right?
And it's not a little logo. That'll take up your whole pectoral area.
Mm-hmm. And then it turns out that it breaks the website's terms of use, right? So I guess the website suspended his website account or something, right? Mm. So thoughts?
I'm so over Kanye, man. And I'm glad. I don't know his whole situation with Bianca, and they're splitting off and divorcing, whatever the hell.
Got a divorce or something.
At the end of the day, dude, like, put Kanye up. Take the mic from him. Take his. I'm sorry. Invoke his rights. No, I'm just playing. No, don't do all that. But at the end of the day, bro, like, he's doing too much now. And he's just all about attention. He's just like he's just a little kid just screaming in the middle of Walmart. At the top of his lungs. In the middle of like Thanksgiving weekend or like Thanksgiving week to go prepare and get all your stuff. He's that kid screaming at the top of his lungs atrocities across the store. For me, I'm sick and tired of seeing Kanye in such a negative way because he was a pathfinder for me in so much of the music that I like nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I listened to Kanye so much back in the day. To see him in this limelight, to see him in this type of... It's just like... thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. And it's all negative with Kanye. So it's just... Kanye, dude. I gotta ban you from my brain, bro. Like...
What if he's just like targeting his audience that he wants to target?
I'm just mad that everybody's feeding into his just buffoonery, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's headline news because he's one of the greats in music. So him being on this,
I gotta put an asterisk on that. Was because at the end of the day, he hasn't made great music in.
Here, put it this way: Kanye West
10 years
is a great in the music industry. Ye is some other crap.
Ooh, I feel that. Yeah, I don't like Ye. I miss the old Kanye.
Well, that song aged very well.
Very well.
Very well.
I think he knew mentally he was deteriorating, but I don't know. That's my theory.
Okay, so is something wrong with him, like mentally, or is he doing it for the publicity and stuff?
I think he's down.
You think? Wait, what?
I think he's down.
What does that mean?
Down with the syndrome.
He's down. Isms.
No, but I don't. What if Kim is like the only girl in the world that has like his medication, and since they broke up, like she's all like, "I'm not giving you your medication to act right," like, you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
my god!
So that's the reason why he was so stuck on Kim for so long, and then he had to like do some crazy stuff because he didn't have.
This fool like ran away because Kim was giving him pills. You know what I mean?
You're making me act correct. I don't like that. Like takes off.
Take your pills, Kanye.
Oh,
no.
Oh my god. All right, so my opinion on Kanye, you are a GOAT. My opinion on Ye, you need to be put in a dumpster fire.
I agree. Okay, so what does the future hold for Kanye?
I think your legacy is in terms of being tarnished right now, dude.
It is already.
No,
It
but
is.
like
I
I'm talking
don't
about.
even want to look his name up on Spotify to look for his music.
It's
Because
getting to that point.
it's almost like that thing with Kendrick and Drake. It's to that point where I can't listen to their music without thinking about the beef and all this other stuff. So Kanye, I can't listen to his music without thinking about all the stupidity he's doing.
Isaiah Rashad.
I can't think about or listen to Isaiah Rashad's music without him popping that thing out of his mouth.
Yo, that was.
You know what I'm saying?
I could barely listen to.
I seen
Baby.
I seen a fake video of Lil Baby going off, giving some head or something, right? And,
No, but it was a gay-
It wasn't
it was a-
even him. It was somebody else.
It's the dude that looked just like him, but even though.
But it looked just like Lil Baby. Now I can't even listen to Lil Baby without having that image in my head.
But at the end of the day, Little Baby hasn't been releasing very good quality things, and I don't know if that's because it's hard to go running at 4 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk sheets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to have perspective whenever.
Yeah, bro.
it's up.
If and when I ever get to the point where I'm just at the highs in my life, could you be that rock in my life to make sure I always have that drive? You know what I'm saying?
I will always be your Dwayne.
Dwayne.
I will always be your Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm weak.
Yeah, because I could sit here and say, oh, that'll never happen to me.
Yeah,
But
everybody
I
could.
don't know. I've never gotten a $100 million contract. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
It's kind of like you don't know. Like, you know how everybody, oh, I'll never be a crackhead. I'll never do this. I'll never. Have you heard anybody ever talk about how good that shit tastes? No.
What? Oh,
Like drugs and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure it's great. That's why it's addicting, right?
That's why it's so. So at the end of the day, people don't know what they're capable of until they're in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why I'm telling you that if and when that situation happens to me, I get that $50 million contract, whatever. Make sure
I'll break
I
that
stay
horse's leg,
grounded.
my boy.
Make sure I stay grounded.
You don't need to be on no high horse.
You know what I'm talking
I'll put you on a little donkey.
about? No, like for real. Make sure I'm setting up my tour.
No, but yeah.
I'm spending my money right on this big ass $50,000 LED board for my tour.
You know who
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can
Like-
you know who I can give props out to as an artist that's been consistent, been dropping somewhat really good music,
Who?
that has been doing pretty good performances, that has a really good fan base, that even went through things and surpassed those things, and now you kind of
Logic.
don't even think about it. I'm gonna say one more that's gonna surprise you.
Oh. I'm trying to think.
One more guess.
Okay, one more
Kayla's
guess.
a big fan.
Big Sean.
No.
Oh, you said Kayla's a big fan. 6 Lack.
Russ.
Oh yeah, but I feel like digging in on Russ, he didn't get famous until his like 13th album.
Which I think is cool.
You know
Me
what I'm saying?
personally, I don't think people should be famous until bare minimum 25 should be the line to do a lot of things.
Damn, bro. You need to build some character before you get that money.
Yeah.
Because if you get that money before you even have
You're
the
done.
wits to know what the hell you're even doing in your life.
Let me throw out a great name for an example right now. Justin Bieber. Dude, he was a young kid killing it.
talented. Bro
A
went
beautiful
viral.
soul.
He went viral because he was so talented.
He was so viral that people had to hate him because he was so successful being so young. You had to hate him. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you're young, whatever. But
Yeah, they hated him, but they sang babe.
yeah, you know, at the end of the day, like that shit was hard at the time. But it just sucks to see somebody with so much talent, so much potential that now they received all that at such a younger age that they don't have perspective or the experiences to make them a grown individual that can stand on their own 2 feet, that can believe in what they want to believe in and see what they want to see. And
Well, that's
and to
why
say what they wanna
that's why
say.
Diddy took advantage of him
That sucks, bro.
because
Like,
he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He was so young, he didn't even know what to do or
that
how to do it.
sucks. That
And
sucks.
Diddy was like, "I've been there before. I'll show you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for me, I don't think anybody should be It's funny because they always say it. This is one of the most like funniest, ironic, not funny things I could potentially say, but it's youth is wasted on the young. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
I know you do say that a lot.
You need to experience life to become who you're supposed to be. And I think if you have too much access in life, that completely deteriorates. It's kind of like just as a kid, nobody's their father. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want candy every night. Oh, here's candy, here's candy, here's candy. Nobody's their father, nobody's their mother being like, no, you need to eat your greens, you need to eat this, you need to you need to go exercise, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's...
Wow, hard work molds greatness.
Boom.
Wow. And I'm not talking about money greatness. I'm talking about actual, you can look up to this person and take his advice greatness.
Hard work molds greatness. So what is hard work? Let's dive into that. What's hard work? Like what is hard work for an individual?
I think it's super simple. Hard work is just when you do something, whether you feel like doing it or not, but you know it's going to have the outcome you desire.
Okay, so instead of saying hard work, we're going to say discipline. If you have the discipline to categorize yourself in such a way.
Yeah, but discipline, I feel like, is just a characteristic of something else. So maybe hard work might not be the word.
Well, you need the discipline to apply what you see yourself as you want to be.
Yeah, the discipline is the thing you need in order to go through the trials and tribulations.
A, B, C, you're trying to get from A to C. What's in the middle?
Yeah,
B,
the B in the meat in the middle is the discipline.
Right,
yeah,
right.
I could agree with that.
So bread, discipline in the middle. That makes your sandwich, right? I think the only way people are able to experience something in life is if they find something very early on in life with inspiration, and then in a way they kind of imitate that inspiration. So you kind of subconsciously create this certain discipline for yourself to become that certain thing that you inspired to be. So I think a lot of people, whenever they're younger, they kind of skip that whole step, and then you kind of realize that you're lost in life, or they took their inspiration, they saw one thing that was kind of insignificant in the grand scheme of things and thought that was very significant. They chased that one thing, they got that one thing, and then now what? And what I mean by that is, imagine you're doing music, right? You're doing the music, you release the music. Okay, now what? Well, your passion isn't releasing music. Your passion is making music.
I was so depressed after I released my first album.
Yeah. You were like,
I didn't know. I thought releasing my first album was gonna be, this is it.
yeah,
This is the cake.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't.
So a full circle moment from what we were first talking about. We find passion in the things that we do to create the moments that we love. Right?
Yes.
Right. So with that being said, the only way that we could fall in love with something is whenever we fall in love with ourselves doing that thing to get to that specific goal. So the goal isn't what we're in love with. We're not in love with winning. We're in love with challenging ourselves enough to arising to the spotlight and being fully present. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I knew I loved making music when the music didn't give me anything in return, yet I still went back and made more.
Remember you said that at State of Happiness.
What?
You said that at the end of State of Happiness.
Did I?
Yeah. Not in the album, but you said that after you released it. I think that's whenever you had the epiphany of like, boom, like what you just said.
Yeah, because I don't... I mean, think about 18-year-old me releasing my first album.
I'm going to get signed. I'm going to do this.
I don't know a damn thing about marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know a damn thing about anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I was so depressed at
Adolescence.
first. Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Because you think at such a young age, you think and you believe that if you do this one thing, you're automatically going to be where
well, it's
you're
just like,
supposed
look
to
at
be.
me. Like, I worked so hard and I did this. Everybody look.
Love me, appreciate me, value me, respect me. But that's not the way it goes.
No, you don't get any of that.
People only are going to respect those people like I look around when I'm at the gym and I don't have that fire in me in the moment. I look around, and I look for one specific person. I genuinely do, and I look for that one person that is just, you can tell he don't want to be there, but he could have fooled everybody else in there because he's killing the reps or she's killing the reps. He or she don't matter. But they're just slaying whatever they got to get to make sure they're getting the result that they want to get, right? So I use that as being like, boom, I remember being in that one moment in time to where I was just killing in that moment, and I need to stay in that moment. And then that puts a little ember in my... All I need in life is an inch. You give me an inch, I can do a lot with an inch.
Give you an inch, you take it a mile.
I'm going to run a mile. I'm not taking a mile, I'm going to run a mile. You know what I'm saying? If you give me enough wiggle room to kind of have a little bit of free space, I'm going to be able to do what I need in life to be successful. Right? Mm-hmm. And I think with people at a young age, they overlook the small details and what makes the great things great, the low things low.
I think that's why there's an age limit to drinking and buying alcohol. Right?
I think that needs to be raised, and I genuinely believe.
No, but on the same concept.
I get it though, but sure.
On the same concept, it's like, yo, we gotta make it so that only these people can buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Because if we give this to a 13-year-old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, sidetrack, but it's kind of the same track. Do you remember there's a video that I sent you not too long ago, and it was them talking about, hey, did you see that they're going to be placing laws that we can't drink a beer and drive?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. This guy's
like
like trolling himself about it.
Well, no, he's being dead serious.
He's being serious?
He's being
I
dead
thought he was
serious.
being like sarcastic.
No, this was like in the 90s, like when they first placed that law that you cannot drink and drive.
Oh, I'm dead.
And he's all like, yeah, I'm having a long day at work, and I
can't drink a beer.
I can't have one beer on my way home. No, because that beer turns into
that.
Yes, and then that turned into the whole no drinking and driving, because that causes so many accidents. Mm-hmm. There were so many accidents back then because so many people were plastered. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, to a point to where being exposed to too much removes the perspective of what's really important. Like, imagine if you only saw the value in releasing music. You would completely forget that you really enjoy and in love making music. Mm-hmm. It would kind of demotivate you to not really make music anymore.
If the only thing I was excited for was the release of
the finish line, that was it. Mm-hmm. Let me give you a great example. And I will say this because AJ Brown said it. He finds the passion not in winning, not in losing, but whenever he's doing his route and he's doing his thing and being present and he's taking off and he looks back at the DB and his head is down, trying to catch up to him because he knows he got some
And that's
beat.
when he knows that he's defeated.
He knows he got him beat.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's what drives him.
And it drives him because he knows he loves going to training every day. He loves working hard every day to become the one thing that you see on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, greatness is in the everyday actions that you do to become who you're supposed to be in life.
And so that gives him his perspective?
Yeah.
When he turns around and he sees that he's defeated his opponent, that gives him all this hard work I put in led to me experiencing this moment of greatness.
This moment of greatness.
Me outrunning this guy on this route.
Well, it's the hard work that you put in to be able to do that.
Me making this guy look stupid. This is the moment I live for.
Well, at the end of the day, let's just say the word for compete in old times, it's not about one versus one. It's a dance of one and one. So let's just say if me and you are competing in a fight, right? You're not my enemy, you're my dance partner. And we're going to make the greatest show possible. So it's all about perspective, right? Mm-hmm. His perspective is it's you and me. You're going to do everything you can in your power to do what you can do. And I'm going to do everything in my power to do what I can do. I'm going to bring the best out of you. You're going to bring the best out of me. Let's put on a show. Right? Mm-hmm. And so now I think if you don't look at certain things in a certain perspective, you're going to overlook a lot of things. And those things in life will set you back, as in you're gonna be lost and you're not gonna find the value in the things that got you to do the things to get done to begin with. I remember back in the day, like, I really enjoyed winning my fights, right? I really enjoyed, like, and I always felt like, if I lost a fight, then, like, what am I even doing, right? Like, what's going on? Like, why am I fighting if I'm losing, right? But no, like, I don't get joy and passion and love and determination and drive by winning and losing. Because at the end of the day, winning and losing is only a future and a past tense thing. You can only win in the future. You can only lose in the past. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, the only thing that I'm driving myself forward now is what we have in the moment. How can I be better in the moment? How can I be present in the moment? And how can I drive myself to always strive for greatness in the moment?
Well, yeah, the past and the future and the past are just figments of our imaginations
At the end
that
of the
we've
day.
decided to hold on to or create.
So now imagine if you were only looking forward to winning. Okay, you win, now what? Mm-hmm. No, like, my passion is, I love grinding. I love changing my body. I love challenging my mental, my spirit. Thinking like, dang, I can't do this, and then convincing myself I can, and then actually getting it done. Nothing beats that for me. That's that. We did it. You know what I'm saying? We got to the top of the mountain. No matter how much pain and agony and suffering I went through, I actually love that. I love experiencing.
And now you're like, yo, I gotta go to Tom's Thumb.
And that, like, nobody wants to, like...
At 6 a.m.
Yeah, like, nobody wants to... I have to leave here at 5 if I want to make it on time. But...
I'm down to do that.
Next week?
I got a music video shoot next week. But, I mean, that's not in the morning, but...
What time?
Like 5.
5 in the morning?
No, you're talking about the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at 5 in the afternoon.
Dude, this is perfect. So tomorrow... I'm putting this out there for everybody. So next Saturday, Brandon, Mr. Bliss, Bigzaddybliss has a music video shoot. Next Sunday. We'll go Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I work on Saturdays.
I'm tripping. So it will be the Sunday. So Sunday morning, we're going to wake up.
On video day?
On video day.
Okay.
And we're going to get you primed. We're going to get that brain ready. We're going to start your day off great. Amazing. And you're going to be at the top of a mountain, having great perspectives, and we're going to be home before 11. And you could take a little nap, get ready, boom, 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 have out your day.
6 hours of hiking?
Wait, what?
Yeah, from 5 to 11?
No, I said we're going to be back before 11. Like,
Oh,
giving you a time frame. Just because we could be up there just chilling and just really having some
We'll be
good
back
perspective.
before breakfast.
Breakfast? I got to make you some breakfast, bro. I learned how to make some good breakfast.
I'm dead. All right.
But at the end of the day, perspective is the thing that we need in life. So don't ever look the little things that give you the bigger grand scheme of things. I personally
Don't take for
feel-
granted.
Don't take for
the
granted
little things.
the little things, because the little things are what fill the jar to make it seem filled.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that.
Yeah,
if
imagine
you,
getting an empty jar, if we're going to talk about like that metaphor.
Yeah, so imagine
Having
getting
a jar of cookies with no cookies in it.
I'd be sad. I love cookies, man. Did you ever see that video of like the guy having the jar and then he puts a bunch of stuff in there and he's like, "Does this look full to you?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." I think he puts like baseballs in there. And he's like, "Is the jar full?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." And then so he opens up the jar. He puts like marbles in there. And he's like, "Is the jar full?" And everybody, yeah. He's like, "Oh, okay." Opens up the jar and he puts another little thing in there. I think it was marbles or
Little beads, something
little
smaller.
beads or something. Yeah. He's like, "Is the jar full?" So everybody's.
I guess it's not.
Well, they're like, "Yeah." And then so he opens it up one more time and he pours sand in there. Fills it all the way to the top. Closes the jar. Is the jar full? And then everybody's like, they don't know what to say, but it's full. So the thing that I got from that is just the perspective of the little amount of things are what fill up great deeds. So if you could do one great deed here and there, cool. But imagine doing little small great deeds. Imagine opening a door up for somebody, right? just little things like that, little acts like that throughout the day are going to get you to really be disciplined in the track that you need to be who you are later on in life. If you really see yourself being that great later on. If you don't, then that's just a personal thing. And you don't have, not everybody wants to be great. People like to just be in the background, and that's okay too. Just find your own happiness in your own struggle.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's what they love, that they were able to contribute to greatness.
Like, imagine if nobody liked being an extra in a movie. Like, that would suck. You know what I'm saying? That would suck. Because then movies wouldn't be full or filled with people and then just energy. But at the end of the day, believe in yourself, loving yourself, always strive for greatness, and the littlest things you can do, because eventually they'll add up to the biggest things that you can do.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym. I've been working. I've been making music. Been doing this pod. I'm over here studying and putting into action some marketing stuff. And it's a lot of stuff. You couldn't just hop into doing all these things that I'm doing right now. Remember how we used to talk
So that's your greatness.
This is all the sand.
Yeah.
But remember how we used to talk about
It's hard.
that when you working on something, like that's as much as you can do. But then once you start doing it, then you create some headroom, and now you could do that and do some more.
Right.
I'm at that point now with the pod and music and stuff that this stuff is becoming easy enough that I'm able to add more onto my plate. Yeah.
That's really cool.
But
You're finally getting to that point to where now the suffering is finally leading up to something of value to now you can physically see it.
like what?
Well, like you're doing all your hard work on a consistent basis
okay.
to get to where you are now. So now look at you. So now you've created enough room for yourself to work on another thing now. And that's where your true passion is.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
All right. So I think we definitely gave some golden nuggets in this. At if not the last 20 minutes here, at least, in the whole pod, we've given some good nuggets in here. Nobody has yet claimed that $20 or no, I don't know how much I'm gonna give, 20, 50, 100. Nobody has claimed that QT gift card yet.
Not yet. I was waiting for you to come up to me and be like, hey. I'm like, oh.
And I know people have listened to the pod because I see the numbers and I have people telling me they hear it. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see who collects the first. It'll probably be like a little $50 QT gift card. Fill someone's tank.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, but we still got that little money out there for somebody.
It's up for anybody to receive.
If you want it, this is how you win it. By the way, you just got to comment. Give me my QT gift card.
And then
on anything. If I see that on YouTube, Instagram, it doesn't matter. If you're the first person to say, "Give me my QT gift card," you win. And then that's gonna show me.
But I feel like that needs to be one more thing added on that.
What's that?
To show comprehension with the pod, I need you to give me one thing that makes you feel like you're great.
So not only do you want them to have listened to an hour and a half to get to this point.
Just tell me one thing that makes you feel great. What's one thing that makes you feel like you did that one thing to be one step closer to greatness in your own world?
So yeah, if you listened to this much of the pod and you actually do get this little gift card that I'm giving, if you want to extra impress us, add a little bit on there to what makes you great. Is that what you said?
Yeah, just what did you do to make you great? What's one little thing that you felt like you did to throw into the jar?
That'll turn the QT gift card into a Visa MasterCard gift card.
Ooh, feel that. So if you say give me a gift, then you got that. But if you add a little beef on there, a little substance, Visa.
So we'll see who wins that. It'll be cool. The first person that realizes, oh, Hey,
That's it. Yeah. I'm dead.
it'll be cool. And I'll make a video too when that happens.
I do a little shout out. So
And I'll be sure to get a little like screenshot of who did it and
I'm
like
dead as
all that.
Kayla.
Stuff. I'm dead. You can't be like in our immediate vicinity here.
Yeah, if I can slap you, you can't do it. No. Just play it. But
All right, y'all. This has been a good hour and a half of pod. There was some topics in here that
topic is
were worth more conversation. Kind of like we had Drake for music, but then we had him for news. So then we kind of just
dove into everything.
Opened up that whole can of worms. So yeah, there wasn't necessarily like music section, news section. Like it was there was a lot of over crossing paths here, which is cool. It just made for a big second and third section of this pod.
My passion is in the journey, not the end.
All right, y'all. So we love y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back in another 2 weeks. That's it.
Peace.